I think there's like a very minor bug here. I haven't gone to chapter 16 yet, but it says I've done chapter 16, so we'll have to see what that's all about, because we're on chapter 15. Let's go. My throat is really bad again because I ate. A date. I mean, the nerve of him, right? Thinking he could just ask me out on a date, despite the way he concealed his identity at the start. I should be fuming, mad, positively livid, but I totally accepted. Maybe it was a combination of his new haircut making him look cuter than normal that brought down my inhibitions. Or maybe I should just be honest with myself and admit that I'm back to crushing on AIDEN, because he's cute and funny and so irresistibly adorable. I never thought he'd have the guts to ask me out. That certainly caught me off guard. But I also don't want to make it too easy for him. I can't completely ignore what he did before. He's eager to make up for it, so I'll give him a chance to show me his best behavior. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to tease him mercilessly as he tries his best. I sigh loudly and plop down onto my couch. While AIDEN asked me to go out, he fumbled around and couldn't say much else, so I suggested we go see the Pixana reruns at the cinema tomorrow. Yeah, I knew there was a reason that they mentioned that. It'll be in the early afternoon, so it shouldn't be too crowded. We might even be able to talk during the movie. Dates are always kind of awkward when you're spending like 2 hours in the dark not talking. A knock on the back door brings me back to reality. Right, Raphael. Forgot I called him Raphael. Raphael was coming over today to drop something off, he said. I go and let him in. Why do I always feel like I'm doing back-breaking work whenever I'm at your place? Raphael complains, carrying a heavy box inside. I didn't ask you to, I reply. Well, Mum did, so sort your shit out, he says and drops the box on my coffee table. What is it? Mum's deep cleaning and found some of your old stuff she thought you wanted to keep. I open the box and see all sorts of small trinkets inside. It's like a blast from the past. There are many toys, collectibles, books, and even comic books from my childhood. You're such a weeb, Raphael snorts, seeing the contents. Takes one to know one. I grin at him as I take out one of the anime figurines I hadn't seen in years. Hey, I've got taste. I watch the good stuff, you know? Uh-huh. I dismiss him, digging through the box. Oh, look, Raphael, a lava lamp, I say as I grab the rocket-shaped lamp from the box. Wow, I think I just aged. I got a cat hair in my mouth. How did that happen? I haven't touched a cat in hours. Wow, I think I just aged 30 years on the spot, Raphael says with a whistle. Come on, we both had one. I had the purple one and you had the green one. I did, didn't I? A lot of manga too. I muse, seeing the various shoujo manga I purchased when I was younger. I browsed through one volume of a series I used to enjoy. Honestly, now that I'm older, I don't know why I liked it. It's awful, and the main love interest was a guy who was a giant jerk towards the main character. There's a lot I could think of. But yeah. He literally bullied her, told her countless insults, made her cry numerous times, and that was peak romance at the time. I cannot remember what it was called, but there was this one... God, I wish I could remember what it was called. But, one of her love interests was her brother, who wasn't really her brother, and he was like the only one that was nice to her. But of course he didn't win, and also it'd be weird if he did. But I mean, they weren't blood related. I don't know. But the guy who she ended up with, he wore glasses, I think. Fuck, I wish I could remember it. Let me try. Okay, I found it. It didn't take that long. It was just like 90s to 2000s, like trashy shoujo manga. And it's called Hot Gimmick. It was so bad, but I had it like in a book form. And the main love interest that ends up winning, I guess, is Ryoki, and this is his bio. So this is Hatsumi is the main girl, like the main character in Hot Gimmick. So Hatsumi's biggest fear since she was a child, due to him pushing her down the stairs. He turns Hatsumi into his personal slave, but also wants her to be his girlfriend. Although he seems to be a complete jerk to her, there are times when he lets his guard down and cares about her and ends up falling in love. Oh, isn't that so fucking nice? At the beginning of the series, he is a second-year student at the prestigious private school, Kaisei Academy. It is revealed that when Hatsumi and Ryoki were kids in the company housing complex, that Hatsumi was Ryoki's sole friend, while Hatsumi was also friends with Azusa, who's another person who's... I don't think he's a good guy either. Nevertheless, Ryoki did not treat Hatsumi well, even as children, going as far as pushing Hatsumi down a flight of stairs, emotionally scarring her. This was revealed later to be an unintentional accident. Yeah, but he's still a dick to her. He's still a dick to her. Sorry for spoiling. If you care, you shouldn't at all. It's such a bad manga, and it just ends so stupidly because the adopted older brother is just so much nicer to her and so much better for her. Like, it just feels like the main character. Even when I was younger and like I never had like the best self-esteem ever, but even I was like, why the fuck would you want to be with someone who's so mean to you? Because like I've had some bad relationships, right? But they've never just been mean to me right off the bat. It's always been like they eased me into their meanness. Like they're really nice, borderline love bombing, sometimes love bombing me, being super nice to me, and then like a couple of months when I'm like successfully hooked in and I really care about this person now, they'll then start letting their mean side out. So it's not like I ever want to be with someone mean. Anyway. I huff and close the manga, placing it back down inside the box. My thoughts and tastes sure have changed since I was younger. I guess when there's not much content out there, you latch onto the only romance manga you can find. You know what? There's also this other manga that I do really like, and I don't love the main love interest, but I did like the secondary, which is always a sad fucking tale, isn't it? Akuma to Love Song, A Devil and Her Love Song. I really like the style. It was like from December it ended in 2011, but it started in 2006. And Shin is the main character, is the main love interest. He's more physically my type, I think, but he is often cold and aloof towards his classmates. Yusuke is his friend, but he's like he's just the secondary love interest. At first, Maria is the main character. At first, he treated Maria with disdain. Maria is probably it. With disdain, appearing to want nothing to do with her, but circumstances proved otherwise, and he actually seems to care greatly for her. He pretends to be rude to Maria, thinking that his actions would somehow lead other girls to sympathize with her. Yeah, she's like, I think she's not very good with like expressing her emotions or something. But Yusuke, I thought, was just like just just a better character. But I don't think he wins, unfortunately. Despite him being a main character. Alright. This is just me going back in time on my manga when I used to read manga. I used to not buy it, I used to borrow it from the library next to the school I went to, and that's how I first got into it. But I never ever, like, not even once did I like the mean character. Like, that was never ever my type. I just never understood it. Like, my first ever crush on a male manga character was probably, what's his name, Sosuke? Let me go here. Yeah, Sosuke. Sagara Sosuke from Full Metal Panic. Just because he was kind of like stoic, but he was never mean, and he very clearly cared about the main character. It was just very funny because he was also funny because he just didn't understand social cues and stuff like that. It was just funny. Anyway, let's stop going down memory lane. Hey, I don't remember winning a science fair prize, I say, taking out a silver trophy. Oh, it has your name on it, I say, reading the plaque and shoving it into Raphael's arms. Mum must have gotten it mixed up. Ugh, don't remind me. I thought I threw this away. Oh, so he got silver, so he didn't win that science thingy that we, He didn't win the science thing that we saw right at the beginning. So that means that, Aiden did. Aiden won. No one wants to remember they were second place to some stupid laminar flow guy. He did win. Okay. Laminar? I echo, and suddenly the gears start turning in my head. I totally should have won. My project with mold was infinitely more sciencey than his. Was this the time in elementary school? I ask. Yeah, you were there too. You pointed at me and laughed as I cried. Oh my god, are we gonna find out that he lied? He's continuing to lie about his age? God, that'd be so fucking stupid. Like, he's gonna be like, oh, I thought you wouldn't like me if you thought I was younger. You are younger. Just, you're saying it's in this... Oh, no. I laugh out loud. Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I? I was such a brat. This walk down memory lane has me feeling all kinds of nostalgic. Old memories start flooding my mind, and I remember the encounter I had with the boy who talked so enthusiastically about laminar flow. I had no idea what it meant, but the name stuck. I never saw that boy again, but I remember Raphael talking about him a lot during those days. He was salty he had lost the competition. I smiled to myself. I recall that boy had been impressed with my gaming skills. It was sweet and innocent. The thought makes me pause for a bit. Even back then I was drawn to kind boys who were a little shy. It seems some things haven't changed since I was younger after all. My preferences have remained the same. It's why I'm so drawn to Aiden too. Hearing someone say that they like the way I'm forward and speak my mind, it feels so nice. There have been many people who have scolded me for this. Girls aren't allowed to be bossy or forward. I've heard that too many times from my own mother. Say, Raphael, I start slowly. I'm not fixing your Wi-Fi, he speaks preemptively. I'm just gonna ignore that. But when you were younger, did you have a type you liked? Liked? He asks, confused. Like an anime character? No, I mean, who did you crush on? Sasha from 6th grade. She was so pretty, he immediately replies. I spread my lips into a thin line, unimpressed with the reply. That's it. She was pretty. Pretty rich, too. I sigh. What did I expect from my own brother? Though I guess Rob was the type I started liking, he gives a genuine reply. Rob? Blonde, kind of chubby. Honestly, he wasn't really handsome or anything, Raphael explains. But he was friendly and could laugh off any insult. I really liked that. I grin at him. So you do have a type? And what of it? He asks, pouting. Nothing. You can be cute too, I say as I jab my elbow into his side. Raphael bats me away. Well, what's your type, huh? Someone who can be your slave? Slave's a little much, I say. Fine, servant, he corrects himself. I do like someone I can boss around, I admit. See? If they're trying so earnestly to please me, that's really nice, I say, smiling. Kinda gross. Someone who listens to me, I think that's really all it boils down to. With no objections, right? That just makes it more challenging, I grin at him. I don't understand your mind. It's okay, sometimes I don't either. You're weird. Why are we talking about this? Raphael shakes his head. Let's just get back to looking at the things Mum sent, I say, agreeing. Huh? Wait, is this your diary? He asks as he fishes out a pink-coloured notebook. My eyes turn wide and I snatch it from his hands. That's for my eyes only. Raphael makes an attempt to grab it. That just makes it all the more enticing for me. Bad chance. I hold it above my head out of his reach. Raphael tries to grapple with me to get my diary, but in the end, I am triumphant. He goes home a sore loser, and with a lava lamp. Oh my god, James. And then there's Kane. Still don't know what the fuck that one is, but it's weird. I guess it's Avatar. The time has come, my date with Aiden. It's only like 1 in the afternoon. The place is basically deserted. Most people go to the movies at night, not in the middle of the day. But I like it this way. Less chance of being bothered by someone, yet still have the opportunity to watch a movie on the big screen. Today we'll be watching a rerun of Pixar's Finding Phoebe. So we're watching Finding Nemo. Okay. It's an older movie released over a decade ago. It's a good fucking movie. I twiddle my fingers together, rocking back and forth on my feet, looking at the entrance to see when Aiden will arrive. Of course, I had to dress up. I'm wearing the dress I bought a few weeks ago, the one I showed to Aiden. I figured it was fitting. I don't have to wait long until I see the doors slide open and Aiden step inside. I'm floored for a second. First, I temporarily forgot he had a new haircut, but second, he dressed up. It's actually rather stylish and not what I expected at all. As I pick up my jaw from the floor, Aiden makes his way over to me with a shy smile. Hey, he greets me, looking slightly out of place. Hi, I reply back, feeling a bit starstruck. He looks nice. Aiden can clean up. Who knew? I was so used to his shaggy appearance, which has its own merits, but seeing him like this is stirring up new feelings. New look? I ask, grinning. He rubs the back of his neck. Kinda. Sorry, I didn't think I'd keep you waiting, he apologizes. I got a flat tire on the way over. Your bike? I question. I thought you had a car. No, that's my cousin's car I borrowed before. He needed it for himself today, so it's just your regular old bicycle for me this time. Which didn't last very long, he laughs sheepishly. Did you ride it all the way here with a flat tire? That's pretty bad for your bike, I say, grimacing. Well, I couldn't keep you waiting any longer, he confesses with a cute smile. Let's fix it after the movie, okay? I suggest. I know a bike repair store around here. Sorry for all the trouble. It hasn't been the best start for me today. We still have plenty of time after the movie, I say, cheering him up. This does seem to work, as his eyes widen in response. You still want to spend time together? Did you think I'd just say goodbye to you after the movie? I ask, raising an eyebrow at him. Yes? He drawls out, unsure of my reaction. I at least want to get some lunch, too. Right, lunch. Do you want to eat some lunch after the movie? Yes, that's what I said. Sorry, he stutters. Oh, right. Aiden takes out a small note from his pocket and gives it a quick glance. You look super pretty, he exclaims loudly. I take a small tentative step backwards at his outburst. Thanks? I respond, startled. It's like he was reading something from a prompt card. It was so unexpected. Wait, I look at the crumpled up note in his hand. Let me see that, I say, getting closer. Aiden immediately stuffs the note back into his pocket and vehemently shakes his head. It's nothing, absolutely nothing. My no-nonsense attitude breaks through his attempted dodge and I swiftly fish out the note from his pocket. It makes a loud screeching noise as I open it up. Don't! He shrieks. 1. Wear nice and stylish clothes. 2. Show up early. 3. Compliment her outfit and beauty. 4. Take her hand and lead her. I can't read the rest before the note is torn out of my hand. This is, he stumbles across all of his words. A cheat sheet? No! His face shows his extreme embarrassment. I can only manage a crooked grin in return. He searched up tips on what to do on a date, didn't he? That's actually rather adorable. Aiden, this is not the first time we've met. You don't need to look up tips on how to act. It's all ruined anyway. I didn't show up on time, he whines. Stupid bike, stupid pebble on the street, he curses under his breath. I had a giggle behind my hand. I appreciate the thought, though, I let him know. But I don't like it when the guy takes the lead. That's been my experience thus far. Anytime the guy tried to pay for the date or order something for me, it felt like such a turn-off. Like they wanted to control me and direct how the date would go. Oh, he sighs. All the websites mentioned I should take charge and be a man and, That sounds really stupid, I say, shaking my head. I look into his uncertain eyes. Do you want to lead this date? He stammers. I'm terrified, he squeaks out with a tiny voice. Okay, why is there cakes at a cinema? Is that normal? Sorry, everything I ate earlier was like greasy. So I'm thirsty. That's what I thought, I chuckle. Come on, ignore what those websites said. Just act like you usually do. Like a shrieking mess, he jokes half-heartedly, shrugging. I mean, I start hiding my smile. I don't mind. Aiden looks dejected, which I didn't expect. Well, I do mind. I want to be better. This is my first time and I don't want to mess up. I don't want to screw my chances with you. He clenches his fists by his sides. Because I really like you, Valkii. I feel heat rise to my cheeks at his sudden and loud confession. My cool and confident persona trickles away and now I'm a nervous mess as well. I know he's already said he liked me before, but hearing him say it to me in person is a whole other ballgame. My heart is pounding and I can't seem to find a response. Until Aiden shrieks and covers his face with his hands, hiding his blushing cheeks. Just ignore what I said. I exhale a puff of air. Ignore it, he says, as if. I don't quite know how to respond either. This date is Aiden's second chance, so before I go happily accepting his confession, I want to get through this first. Let's just get our tickets and snacks, alright? The movie is about to start, I point out, hoping to change the subject so I can still my beating heart. Aiden is just too cute and unexpectedly brave. I have to admit, this has been the only date so far that actually managed to get me flustered. We stop by one of the automatic ticket systems and select our movie. On my previous dates, I really hated it when guys tried to pay for me, as if they needed to provide for me or show they have wealth. To me, it always felt like they were insinuating I needed a man to take care of me. That's probably why I always tried to pay for it myself, but I can't really fault Aiden here. He's using the money I gave him when I fixed my LED issue. Technically, I'm paying for it. Can I pay for our snacks? I ask as the machine prints out our tickets. It's only fair, since you got the tickets, I say, shrugging. Aiden looks unsure, but eventually nods. Sure, maybe we can share some snacks, like popcorn or something. Yes, I'd like that. I smile at him. Sharing is fine. We walk to the counter to get our snacks. Salt or sweet? I ask him, referring to the popcorn. Gotta go with salt, for sure, he says, determined, nodding his head. I like sweet. Really? You think you'd get enough of that while playing Arena? I joke. Ha, he huffs. I think salt just makes me crave more of it. Salt it is. I would insist on sweet, actually. I order the snacks and a couple of drinks for us. Aiden is quick to take it from my hands and carry it for me. When we enter the room, the ads are already playing on the screen. I look up at the seats and see absolutely 0 people in the room. Huh. Who are they playing the ads for? Aiden wonders out loud. I guess it's automatic, I shrug. Where do you want to sit? In the middle is fine. It really doesn't matter considering we seem to have the entire room to ourselves. And they're not going to be able to keep their fucking hands to themselves, are they? Which is great. No one to bother us. I grin mischievously. Why would you want no one to bother us? Aiden asks, gulping nervously. I mean, no one would be chomping loudly on some chips or kicking the back of your seat. Oh, that kind of bothering. Just what exactly was Aiden thinking of? That no one would bother us as we kiss in the back of the theater like a bunch of horny teenagers? You could have put a couple of horny teenagers because there's only 2 of you. You're not a bunch. We move into the middle row and plant ourselves in our seats. Aiden sits on my right and looks around to see where he can put the popcorn. Here, I'll hold on to it. I feel like snacking a lot, I say, taking the popcorn from him and placing it on my lap. Aiden settles in his seat, as do I, staring at the trailers on the big screen. I don't think I've ever been to a movie with completely empty seats, he says. Isn't it great? I chuckle. I've done it a couple of times. Sometimes you'll see a family with kids dropping by, but it's usually empty. I can't even remember the last time I went to see a movie, Aiden remarks. It's been a while. I'd love to go see Finding Nemo in the cinema. I never saw it before. Maybe I should teach you some theatre etiquette then, in case you forgot. Oh, and what's that? He asks, leaning closer. I plant my arm on the rest between us. The right arm rest is always yours, I say, smirking. Aiden's mouth drops open, feigning dramatic shock. Really? He drawls out. I've never heard of that rule before. Well, it's a rule starting from now. The trailers are finally over and the movie begins, showing all the familiar Pixar logo on the screen. Ah, nostalgic, I say. I haven't seen this movie in so long. Aiden leans in close, his hair suddenly tickling my temple, and I tense up at his close proximity. Isn't one of the movie etiquettes to not talk during it? He whispers. Well, isn't he daring all of a sudden? Wasn't he supposed to be a nervous wreck that was following some online dating advice and even printed out a cheat sheet? I lean closer to his face as well. I thought you said you liked hearing my voice, I whisper back to him. Aiden tenses up and sinks into his chair. I'll shut up now, haha. He laughs awkwardly. Well, I don't mind if you talk, little prince. My eyes flicker over towards him and I can't keep the smirk off my face. Teasing him is fun. We're alone anyway. Haha, yes, completely alone. Aiden, feeling nervous, tries to make himself seem small, like he wants to melt into the chair. Want some popcorn? I offer slyly. Aiden only manages to give out a small hiccup in agreement. I take a single kernel between my fingers and prop it up in front of his face. Well, take it, I say. Aiden doesn't say a word. But then he leans forwards ever so slightly and cautiously his lips make contact with the kernel. Pulling it out of my fingertips, he sits back with a loud crunch. I giggle playfully at his silence. Where's my thank you? I ask. Aiden swallows the kernel, then his eyes shift over to me. Thank you, goddess. I feel myself beam at him. This is fun. I graze in the bucket of popcorn myself, keeping the box on my lap, and try to direct my attention to the screen. First act of the movie plays out and I make a few comments here and there. Aiden, surprisingly, also has some witty commentary to say every now and then. Then I start to notice something in the corner of my eye. His left hand keeps making this weird movement, where he's hovering over my armrest before reaching over and grabbing some popcorn instead. What is he trying to do? Is he perhaps trying to hold my hand? A classic dating move in the movie theater? I narrow my eyes as I pop a kernel into my mouth, trying to keep a tab on him. I still can't figure him out. I relax my hand on the armrest, using my left hand to eat popcorn. Once more, Aiden's hand hovers over mine. He's shaking. Since his eyes are focused on the screen, I don't think he notices that I'm watching him. Do you want to hold my hand? I blurt out. Huh? Aiden retrieves his hand in a lightning flash motion, but it goes by so fast he knocks over the bucket of popcorn in my lap, spilling all of its contents on me. Kernels fall onto the floor and pool in my lap, some of them rolling underneath my skirt and getting stuck in between our seats. I chew on my bottom lip and glare at Aiden. He's lucky the popcorn wasn't very oily so it won't leave any stains. I'm sorry, he apologizes in a panic. Thanks for that. I drawl out, setting the bucket up straight. Half of it is still in there, but the rest of it is on me. Here, I'll help, he says quickly, and his hands are in my lap, scooping up some popcorn and throwing it back into the bucket. I give him the weirdest look. Stop, I tell him. Aiden stops picking out popcorn from my lap, looking at me with puppy dog eyes. If you're gonna clean up, then might as well make him do the effort, since he's the one who caused the popcorn to explode all over me. Use your mouth. My mouth? He repeats. Even I'm surprised when I say it. It'd be a shame to waste it, I say nonchalantly, and popcorn is meant to be eaten. I set the bucket next to me on the free chair, then lift the armrest between us to create some space. I throw my head over my shoulder to look at him. Well, are you gonna clean me up or not? Oh. Okay. I'll see you in the next one.